Hi, everyone. All right, so happy to see everyone here. I'm Miss Ivy. All right, Miss Ivy. So for my lesson, this is a primary 4 science. You're all in the right place. All right, so for today, we are going to go through diversity revision. Now, diversity is taught last year when you were in primary 3. However, your science from primary 3, primary 4, primary 5, all the way to primary 6 will all be tested for PSLE. All right, so diversity is a topic that you must get full marks because it's actually very easy if you remember your facts. All right, so today we're going to watch some interesting videos as well. For example, a whale giving birth. All right, so I'll show you how a whale gives birth later. All right, so for today's lesson, if you have any questions, or if I'm going too fast, if I'm going too slow, feel free to let me know. You can either unmute yourself and speak or ask your question, or if you're very shy, you can type your question into the chat. All right. So if you need to go to the toilet, you don't need to ask me for permission. You just type in the chat, I'm going to the toilet, and then you come back as soon as possible after washing your hands with soap. All right. So are there any questions so far? Okay. So let me just do just a minute. Let me do a sprint screen so that I can get to see everyone. That at least I know who I'm talking to. It's good if you can turn on your camera throughout this whole lesson, because I'll be looking at you. I have 2 screens. Okay. Hang on. And then, right, there's a waiting room. Hey, Darius, I thought he came in and he left again. Okay, let me admit Darius. Right, so all are in. Okay, just a minute. Right, is there a, okay, just a minute. Is there a Rye here? R-Y-L-E. How do I pronounce your name? Is it called Rye? Or I pronounce it wrongly? Hi, Rye. Did I pronounce your name correctly? Darius, yes, you're in P4, right? Darius, as in, let me check. Darius Ng, are you Darius Ng? Okay, so Darius Ng, you are supposed to be here. You're in the right place. Okay, so are there any more questions? Feel free to put into the chat. All right, let's start today's lesson. Let me type the share screen. Just a minute. Okay. Just a minute. Okay. I need to click share. Just a minute. All right, now you should be able to see my screen now. Okay, let's start today. We are doing revision on diversity. Let me erase this. This set of slides will be shared with everyone at the end of today. All right, let's move on to the next slide. Now, this is the first question. Right, for those of you who have done this, thank you very much. You should have done this before you come to today's tutorial. And then I would like to ask everyone, did you all go through the reference lesson today? Reference lesson from the master teacher before you come to today's lesson? Can you all type into the chat? Did you go through reference lesson? Which reference lesson? Let me show you the reference. Oops. The reference lesson is on. Today is reference lesson number 1 to number 6. All right, 1 to 6. Okay, so how many of you have done the reference lesson in the portal? If you haven't, please remember to go through reference lesson 1 to 6. All right, it will help you. Before coming to the tutorial, you should go through those e-learning videos. And then there's some assignments where the system will help you mark automatically. All right. Okay, so we will start. All right, so first question is very simple. It's asking you, all right, the characteristics of 3 organisms, X, Y, Z are in this table. So if you take a look at the blue highlighted part, this part, all right, so needs light to make food. All right, so organism X, organism simply means living thing. So organism X needs light to make food. So only plants can make food. Now those in yellow are the concept that this question is asking you. So you must know that only plants can make their own food. Animals cannot make their own food. Fungi cannot make their own food. All right. So based on the blue color part, okay, and I know that organism X reproduces by spores, then you should know that X is a, can you type into the chat, is X a flowering plant or non-flowering plant? Is X a flowering plant or non-flowering plant? Okay, good job, Darius. Good job, Rai. If I pronounce your name wrongly, please tell me. All right. Good job, Si Yu. Good job, Toby. All right. One of you got the answer wrong. Now take note, if it reproduces by spores, this is the part where you must know. So ferns are not plants. Sorry, ferns are plants. Ferns are non-flowering plants. All right, and ferns reproduce by spores. Okay, so if you see the word spores, straight away non-flowering plants. All right, if you see the word seeds, then it's flowering plants. So do not get mixed up between seeds and spores. So if it's flowering plants, all right, some plants can produce flowers, then they reproduce by seeds. If it's non-flowering plants, they reproduce by spores. So do not get mixed up between seeds and spores. So because here X reproduces by spores, so I straight away know that X is a plant because plants make their own food. Because of this, yes, I know it's a plant. Because of this, yes, I know it's a non-flowering plant. Right, so once you know it's a non-flowering plant, now I will know it's fern. Fern is, this is a photo that I put in. So fern is a non-flowering plant. So straight away answer is already C. So isn't this question easy? Right, so answer is C. So I also want to revise with you. There are 3 types of fungi in the PSLE syllabus. All right, so it's actually mole, mushroom, and yeast. I will test you later again. Now, how do you remember these 3 types of fungi? You just remember my funny guy, my fun guy. You know, FUN is fun or funny. GI sounds like GUI guy. So like, you know, my father is my funny guy. My father always cracks jokes with me when I was younger. So my father is my funny guy. So my, I know English is MY is my, but you add a double M. So MMY, my funny guy. So it's a memory aid to help you remember these facts that MMY is 3 types of fun guy. Funny guy means fun guy. So MMY, M stands for mole, the second M is mushroom, and the Y stands for yeast. All right, so I hope you remember the 3 types of fungi. And fungi are not plants. Fungi cannot make their own food. That's why fungi needs to grow on something. So fungi grows on mold, like for example, you have on bread. So fungi is eating your bread. All right, let's move on. So this is a fern, it's green in color. If you look around your surroundings, you will see a lot of brown spots underneath the leaf, on the underside. At the bottom part of the leaves, you see all the brown spots. All right, and if you enlarge this, put it under the magnifying lens, actually inside is all the spores. All right, very tiny spores. If you put spores on your finger, it will feel like powder. It's very tiny, powdery. It's like I pouring some powder on your fingers. So those powder is actually many spores. All right, so fern is a plant. It's green in color. It's very easy to remember. Fern is green and fern is a plant. Fern can make its own food. And fern reproduces by spores, not seeds. All right, because now how many of you hate flowers? Can you type into the chat? Do you love flowers or you hate flowers? And I see everybody's preference. Do you like flowers or you don't like flowers? Rai say he doesn't like flowers. Okay, then Rai, you should grow ferns. Ferns will never have flowers. All right, Nico, we are not going to play booklet today. All right, we're just going to watch the video. Okay, Bella says she likes flowers. All right, so if you like flowers, then you don't grow ferns because ferns will forever not have flowers. So fern is a non-flowering plant. All right, let's move on to question 2. Oops. Let me erase this. Why do I just undo it? Okay. Now, which of the following did not produce any fruit? Now, as long as you see this word fruit, you must know that fruit starts with the letter F. So it must be related to another F word, which is flower. So whenever you see this F word fruit, you must think of another F word flower. So flower will grow and develop into a fruit. Okay. So where else ferns will forever not have flowers? Okay, ferns are plants, but they don't have flowers. They are non-flowering plants. So which one does not have any fruit would be, if you look at then, you look at fern. All right, fern is a non-flowering plant. So let me just type here. All right, so it's a plant. So it does not have any. So let me write here, no flower. Since it's no flower, therefore no fruit. All right, no F word flower, another no F word fruit. All right, so ferns definitely will not have any fruit. Then how about sunflower? Now sunflower is a flower. So once you have flower, therefore there will be fruit. Okay, so sunflower will actually grow into a fruit. Tomato is also a flower. Okay, so tomato is a flower, right? Therefore, actually, it will actually grow into a fruit. So you have tomato fruit. Okay, actually tomato is a fruit, it's not a vegetable, although we call tomato vegetables. Now dandelion is also a flower. Therefore, there should be, it will grow, the flower will grow into a fruit. All right, so if you look at these two, all right, next time when you go near, walk around your school field or you go hiking, look for this yellow flower and then this white furry thing like a ball. All right, now has anybody tried blowing on this white thing? If you blow, there'll be many white things flying around. Right, so these two are actually of the same plant. All right, so this yellow flower will actually grow into this seed. Okay, so I will show you the video now. All right, so for this, right, we know that the answer is D. Okay. All right, because a fern does not have flower and therefore will not have fruit. All right, the other three, they are flowers. Tomato is a fruit. All right, sunflower is a flower, dandelion is a flower. As long as it's a flower or fruits, it means you will basically have the F word fruit. Right, let's move on to question 3. All right, now these are the 4 statements. Now question 3, the system gave a wrong answer. I have feedback this to the back-end team. All right, so actually none of this is actually correct. All right, A, B, C, D are all wrong. Okay, let me explain. All right, so plants are food producers. Is it true or false? Can you all type into the chat true or you write correct or wrong? A. Is A right, correct or wrong? Darius say true. The rest of you, is A correct or wrong? Rai say true. Toby says true. All right. Okay, most of you, good job. You say true. So I'm going to put a tick. If it's true, you put a tick. If it's wrong, you put a cross. All right, so I have given you A, the extra information for you. Only plants can make their own food. That means only plants can produce their own food. Make and produce is the same meaning. All right, part B, plants can move only their green parts. That's not true. All right, now plants can actually move, although they cannot move from place to place. You know, if a plant is staying in Jurong, the plant cannot go to East Coast unless I pluck out the plant and move it. But on their own, plants cannot move from one place to another place. All right, but plants can actually move their roots. Okay, so plants can move their leaves. You know the leaves when there's sunlight. Okay, so if let's say there is sunlight here, you will notice that the plant will grow this way. Okay, so the leaf will turn this way. All right, the leaf will actually turn this way towards sunlight. All right, so the plants not only move their leaves, plants can also move their roots. You look at this photo. So I have a link here. All right, let me just click on the link. All right, then you go down to the bottom. Do you see it's moving the roots? Just a minute. All right, see the roots are growing and roots are not green in color. So the roots are growing. Wherever there's water, the roots will go towards the water. All right. So if you are interested, you can even watch a full video. This is a short, just a shorter version. Right. Let me go into the